Have you ever been recruited to fence stolen goods at a pawn shop? I was just trying to sell my grandmother's old jewelry to pay rent. The pawn shop on Riverside looked legitimate enough, with its neon sign and barred windows. Standard pawn shop aesthetic. I walked in with a small box of rings and necklaces. Nothing fancy, maybe worth a few hundred total. The owner, Vito, looked at the jewelry through his magnifying glass thing, grunting occasionally. Then he looked at me for a long time, studying my face like he was trying to place me. "You're Sal's nephew, right?" he asked. I had no idea who Sal was, but I needed the money, so I just nodded. Sometimes it's easier to agree with mistaken identity. His whole demeanor changed. "Why didn't you say so? Come to the back. We'll talk real business." Before I could protest, he was leading me through a beaded curtain into a storage room that looked nothing like the front. Flat screen TVs still in boxes, power tools with store stickers, designer handbags with tags. It was clearly all stolen merchandise. "Sal said you were good with electronics," Vito continued, pulling out a laptop. "This needs to be wiped clean, new operating system, untraceable. You can do that, right?" I actually did know how to do that for my IT job, but this was definitely not what I'd come here for. "Listen, I think there's been a mistake," I started, but Vito cut me off. "Sal said you'd be nervous first time. Don't worry, I pay well. 50% of resale on everything you clean. That laptop alone will get you $800. My rent was $900. I was 3 months behind. My landlord had already started eviction proceedings. $800 for 20 minutes of work. I told myself I'd just do this one laptop, take the money, and never come back. Just this one," I said. Vito smiled. "Smart kid. Sal raised you right." While I was working on the laptop, installing fresh windows and wiping the drive, Vito kept bringing me things. "Since you're here," he'd say, placing another laptop down, then another, then tablets, phones, gaming systems, each with a promise of quick cash. By the end of the day, I'd cleaned 20 devices and made $4,000, more than I'd made in the last month at my legitimate job. Vito handed me the cash in hundreds, crisp bills straight from the bank. "Come back tomorrow," he said. "I got a whole shipment coming in." I told myself I wouldn't, but my landlord took that money with a warning that next month better not be late. My credit cards were maxed. My car was about to be repossessed. I went back the next day, and the next. Within a week, I was there every evening after my real job, wiping serial numbers, installing fresh operating systems, removing any trace of previous owners. Vito started trusting me with more. "You got a good face," he said. "Innocent. Nobody suspects you. I need you to return some things for store credit." That's when I should have run. But he was offering me $500 per return. The story was always simple. Lost receipt, gift from ex-girlfriend, needed the money for bills. All true except for how I got the items. I became his best returner. Clean cut, well-spoken, apologetic. Customer service ate it up. Within a month, I'd cleared all my debts and had savings for the first time in my life. That's when I met the real Sal. He walked into the shop while I was working on a batch of iPads, took one look at me and said, "Who the hell is this?" Vito's face went pale. "This isn't your nephew?" Sal laughed. "My nephew's in prison. Has been for 2 years. Who'd you think this was?" They both turned to look at me. I was holding a half-wiped iPad, caught between running and playing dumb. "You've been doing all this work thinking he was connected?" Sal asked Vito. "This nobody?" Vito looked at me differently now, like I was a problem that needed solving. "You know what we do here," he said slowly. "You know who we are." "I just needed rent money," I said. "I don't care about your business. I'll disappear." Sal studied me for a moment. "Kid's been doing good work?" he asked Vito. "The best. Better than anyone you ever sent me." Sal nodded. "Then he keeps working, but now he's my nephew for real. Anyone asks, he's family, and family doesn't talk." That was 6 months ago. I still work my IT job during the day, but every evening I'm at Vito's, cleaning electronics, making returns, deeper in this world than I ever imagined. The money's too good to walk away from. I've got a nice apartment now, new car, actual savings, but I also can't leave. Last week, a detective came into the shop asking questions. Vito introduced me as his nephew, Sal's kid, just helping out the family business. The detective looked at me suspiciously but didn't push. After he left, Vito reminded me that real family never talks, but fake family who talks doesn't walk. I understood the threat. My grandmother's jewelry, never did sell it. Vito gave it back to me that first day. Said family doesn't pay family. It's in my apartment now, in a safe I bought with money from crime. Sometimes I look at it and wonder what she'd think of what I've become. A criminal by accident, trapped by my own desperation and mistaken identity.